Hi there, it's Rachel with Koa, and today we're going to be doing some loose leash walking review and an introduction to heeling. These kind of go hand in hand. Both are really good techniques to have. Remember, we have a couple of techniques for loose leash walking, the back method and the reverse method. Both are really effective, and so it's good to practice both and see which one he responds the best to, or use a combination, depending on the situation. So, first of all, Koa's a little tired from having a full morning of playing, so hopefully I can get him to pull so we can practice some of these techniques. And I'm going to start with the back method and see how he does. I'll try to stay on camera, but we might have to go off a little bit, but since he's getting to practice, it's still good. Oh, yep, he's tired already. Koa, come on. Come on, Koa, let's go. All right, here we go. Remember, full length of the leash. Walking really well on the leash. He's not tugging on it, so there's not really a lot to do. When he does start tugging, it's when we're starting to get close to something, and so I have to turn around. So that's kind of combining the reverse method and the back method together. So he's doing really well. Remember, when doing the loose leash walking, you give him the full length of the leash. That way he has plenty to explore, plenty of room to do all that doggy stuff and sniff around, and you can really tell when he does start pulling and when the leash gets tight. Then you can correct it from there. Of course, if you're walking and you have, the leash all the way up like this, any move that he makes out of line will make it a tight leash, and so you don't want to correct him. You want to give him the freedom and still make it worthwhile for him. Now remember, for loose leash walking, we don't like to use treats, because the treat is that he gets to continue walking, which that is a good reward for most dogs, and especially one as sweet and inquisitive as Koa. So I'm going to try walking around in some different areas, see if he does some pulling so we can use the back method a little bit more. Then I'll move on to the reverse method. So Koa, come on, let's go. Alright, he's doing really well. Not a lot of pulling. It seems like the most pulling he does is more out to the side instead of out in front. For that, it still is fine to use the back method. You plant your feet, and even if you say Koa back and just pat your leg or snap your fingers, that will get him to come to you. Even though he might not know the actual direction of back, he will learn that when you say Koa back and pair it with this, that means come to you no matter from what direction. He kind of likes to lag and not keep up, and there's a tight leash there, or he kind of goes off to the side. So loose leash walking is usually out in front, but wherever there's a tight leash, you want to get him to you so that there isn't one. Now we're going to try a little bit more of the reverse method and see how that goes. Koa, come on. Come on, Koa. This way, come on. All right, very good. No problems here. Oh, some tail problems, that's all. All right, he did really well with that. I kind of had to wait to let him go in front of me in order for me to be able to do the reverse, because we had to turn around anyway. Remember with that one, when he gets to the end of the leash, just give a little bit of a tug and or a wiggle of the leash, and to get his attention, and turn 180 degrees and go around. Now, the reason why you don't want to yank on him is because you're practicing loose leash walking, so you don't have to get a workout with your arms, trying to hold him back when you walk him. So, just a little tug makes it easier. It also gets dogs' attention better. If you pull a lot on them, they feel that resistance. It sometimes makes them fight harder because they feel like they're being restrained and they just want to keep going forward, which you don't want that. You just want enough to get his attention and continue your walk. Now we're going to do a little bit of heel introduction. This can be really useful. When you practice your loose leash walking, you don't want to do heeling the entire time. Heeling is, more of a work time. So, if maybe you're walking down the beach or you're going on a walk and you see maybe some dogs that you don't want Koa to get near, or you're going into the vet's office and need him to pay attention because there are dogs in the waiting room that might be sick, you don't want them near, then heeling gives you a little bit more control. Now, how you start Koa? Usually use treats for heeling, so have those ready, especially while he's just learning. All right, so turn him around, Koa, sit. All right, now, this right here is the proper heeling position. Well, not that. Koa, sit. Come on. Koa, sit. All right, sitting to your side, right next to your leg, leash is bunched up and going down like this. This is perfect position, and he's even looking at me. That's an added bonus. Now, he can be on either your right or left side. I've always done heeling on my left, so that's what I'll do with Koa. Now, I have a treat, so he's paying good attention to me. Now, what I'm going to do is, Koa, sit, come on, sit. I'm going to start out with my left leg because it's the one closest to him, and tell him to heel. I want him to stay right by me, and when we stop, I'm going to use the treat to bait him up into a sit. I'll show you what that looks like. Koa, heel. Heel. Sit. Koa, sit. Heel. Sit. Good heel, Koa. Good boy. All right, he did pretty well there. He had some distraction, and so he was kind of looking to that, but that is an example of when you would want to use the heel, is when you're trying to keep him from something. Now his collar should be a little bit tighter so he can't slip out of it like this. We're completely fenced in, so he couldn't get away here, but that might not be the case wherever you are, especially if you're out on a walk. So we'll tighten up the collar a bit and do a little bit more heeling. All right. Now the collar should be tight enough for you to comfortably fit about 2 fingers underneath. It's not hurting him, and so this is a little better tension. Oh, he is just exhausted. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come here. Good boy, good boy. All right. Now I was telling him to sit towards the end because he wasn't paying attention to me that well. He was distracted. But what you want to do is use the treat to bait him up into a sit, because the heel command includes the sit at the end when you stop. And then when I tell him good heel, that's when he's done and he doesn't have to sit. So here we go. We'll practice a little bit more. Koa, heel. Koa, heel. Heel. Good heel. Good heel, Koa. Good boy. Good boy. All right, that was great. He did it perfectly. As you can see, I walked around and used the treat to bait him up into a sit. He was right by me, and now since I have released him from the heel command, he can stand up, and that's fine with me. He's done a really good job. Remember to practice each one of these things. This was Rachel and Koa. We were doing loose leash walking and a heel introduction. Thank you.